Hello there, and welcome once again to my, as always, low budget tutorials. In this case, we're going to look at the uh, how to navigate the group homework assignments in discussions. So if you've already looked at the navigation video for the two web-based assignments, this is similar in the sense that you're going to the same place and you're also involved in groups. In other ways, it differs, of course. So I've backed this out to the actual 17A tile for this specific class. Now, of course, we see the menu items on the left. You could go to modules. Everything is laid out week by week in modules, as is noted in the introductory materials on modules. So you better find modules. And you could scroll down to once the course calendar starts after the introductory materials, week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way there. And let's just take the first, as I call it, the cyber socialist homework, assignment number 1. I don't know why it skipped down there. Uh, I'm so enamored with socialism, as you can tell, that I call the assignment, I name it such. But you guys will be working collectively as a group. So it's socialist and collective in nature, meaning I'm going to give everybody in the class, not just the group, the class, the exact same grade. I'm going to average out all the scores and give everyone the average score. Are you good with that? It's the socialist way. No, I'm kidding. You'll all get individual scores, even though it's a group assignment. So you go to modules any week, at least where a homework assignment is due, and they're due most weeks, not all, and click on this. My computer's a little slow, as always. That's the way I see it because that's my instructor's view, since I have to have access to all of the groups. But you go here, on each one of these, homework assignment 1 through 13, it explains the assignment exactly the same way again and again. So if you ever forget what you're supposed to do, just click on the latest one, and oh yeah, this was it. And again, maybe you're watching this before you watch the tutorial on the two web-based assignments, but I'm going to say it again anyway, more briefly this time. It's a little bit tricky if you've never done this before, because right here where it says reply, a little tiny box with an arrow, if you're putting a new post up, that's where you put it, right there. Now, it's not tricky looking now because there's nothing else posted here, but your group will, if you can come in after others have posted, there'll be all these blurbs, paragraphs, people's names that have posted stuff, but reply, and it says reply, which is also kind of confusing. If you're putting up your first post, you're not replying, you're just posting. Nonetheless, it is here under the instructions, the directions. The first reply box you see here is the place that you go to post something. And if you post there, even if there are 30 posts underneath this, when you post it, your comment, once you do go like this, open up the box here, uh, blah blah blah, type some junk in there, go down to the bottom right, hit post reply. Once you post that, then it will go below all the other posts that have come before it. Uh, and again, I'm repeating this if you looked at the other video, but for any post that you do, or there are comments to other people's posts, then you want to scroll down to their. I'm going to cancel this. You want to scroll down to their comments, and there'll be other reply boxes underneath the comment. So just remember that if you're putting up your own posts, it's the reply box at the very top, just underneath the instructions, which right here. It doesn't look like the very top of the page because there are no posts below it yet. Nobody's posted anything. We haven't started the class. But you always go to the very highest or top reply button if you're going to post. If you're going to comment on someone else's, then you scroll down, find their comments, and there's another reply box or series of them under each post, and you comment there. So what are you supposed to do here? Well, all the homework assignments come out of our Hollitt's Thinking to the Past textbook, and it's low budget as always. Yet again, here we go. So this is chapter 5. I just opened it, chapter 5. But the questions you're looking for, you'll be answering. You can look at the instructions here. They're available in multiple places. But the chapters always start with kind of a layout of what documents what sources are in this chapter or included. Then there's a little blurb, a paragraph or a few paragraphs of introductory material. Then a subcategory called setting. Right, setting. You still don't see any questions yet. This is the way it is in every chapter. Then more on setting, and over on the third to fourth page, you'll see a section called investigation. And there you can see 4 questions in bold print. It's those 4 questions in bold print that you, as an individual, each individual in any group has to pick 2 of those 4. Whichever 2 you pick doesn't matter to me. Uh, you can pick 2 different ones than someone else in the group. So one person in the group might pick 1 and 4, and you pick 2 and 3. Doesn't matter. You don't need to answer the secondary questions that aren't in bold print there. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. So the group homework assignment is based on one chapter after another of this book, and you're answering these questions right here under investigation, 3 or 4 pages into each chapter, in bold print. You're answering 2 of the questions, but some of the others in the group might be answering other ones. And since you have to not only post your 2 answers, you have to comment on 2 of your group mates, group members' posts, then it might lead you to have to say something about one of the other questions as well. So the homework is then based on our secondary textbook, Thinking of the Past by John Holitz, Volume 1, which does get us into primary source documents primarily, but some secondary sources also. And you should watch the introduction lecture, which goes into historical methodology and gives you kind of a methodological toolkit, conceptual toolkit for how to study history effectively. But if you watch that first before picking up this book, you'll understand the book better. Not that introductory lecture is not completely about primary source documents, but it is in part. So from there, you can kind of navigate this by reading the rest of it, but I wanted to give you at least a visual of where to go here and where to go in the book. Remember, the questions are always a few pages in under investigation. The author, and I think it's a good idea, likes to pose questions for thought before you get into the meat of the chapter, kind of along with the contextual material, putting everything into context, giving you some introductory understanding of what you're about to dive into, and ask the questions right there so they're already on your mind when you read the chapter. So you guys will then be working as a group, not live. There's no synchronous, part of this assignment, but you'll be posting throughout a week. Each homework assignment lasts for a week, from Monday to Sunday night. And you can read how many posts and how many comments you need to make here. Again, this is available in multiple places in the syllabus under each cyber socialist assignment. I didn't say this before, but when you go to modules, right, and click on one of the homework assignments, it takes you right to discussions. You could access it by going straight to discussions as well. It doesn't really matter. Anywhere where you see cyber socialist homework, where there's a link under it, you click on that, it's going to take you right here. So this will be exactly the same on every assignment. Again, don't pay attention to this because that's looking at it from the instructor's perspective, not yours. So it'll actually be simpler for you to figure out from there. With that being said, my tutorial is over. Take care.